Hi guys, Keto for Real Life People here, and as promised, I am going to attempt to make a keto cheesecake. I thought about making flavored, pumpkin, this or that, but for my first go around, I think I want to keep it plain, simple, and do a New York style cheesecake that I can top with some of my own homemade blueberry jelly. So, I'm going to just see who pops in, and then we're going to get started. Hello, Sharon. Girl, you're always one of my first people. I love that. So let me explain what I'm doing here. I told you I was going to print some stuff off just because this is one of those things that I don't make all the time, and I've never attempted to make a keto crust for cheesecake. It's not that complicated, but what I'm going to do is take you guys through the steps. This is a long tutorial, very long. Well, I'm going to probably save it, and then I'm probably going to edit it, and then I'll probably upload it to YouTube, but I cannot do it in its entirety. Hello, Amanda. Let's see here. Hello, May. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the crust of the cheesecake. I'm going to tell you what equipment I'm using, and then I'm going to tell you what ingredients and then what steps, and we'll get going. So to start out with, I have a 9-inch springform pan, and what that is it is a pan, and I'll probably do this and pop it off and not know what I'm doing, but voila, la la, it comes apart. That's going to make taking your cheesecake and serving it super easy and simple. So it just has a little latch on the side, and you just put it right back down in and latch this bad boy up. Let me slide it there, and I just want to make sure that it's all the way down and back together. So for the crust, I just want to show you guys this recipe that I pulled. I think it's by Keto Genius. I love it because it is nothing but chopped pecans. I've got a 1/4 cup of sweetener, which mine is the Pyure, the erythritol stevia blend, with half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 egg white. And what this is going to do, I can use this pie crust that I'm going to make this cheesecake, but it's also versatile so that I can use it to make any other pie crust I want to. So it's going to be like pecan meal with cinnamon and butter and sweetener, and it's going to be delish. So I'm going to tilt y'all down, and you know how I am, I'm herky-jerky here. So I'm going to just make it a little bit so you can see the food processor. And I'm going to take the pecans, pop them in here, and give them a good whir. We want this to be like fine. And I like the sound of that. I think we could go just a tad bit. I'm gonna pulse. And then I'm gonna run to my microwave for just 1 second because I've got to melt this butter down. She ran away. I can't keep no pets. Okay. All right, so did you miss me? I know you guys miss it when I have to go off camera, right? All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check my list here, and it says, once you get that in there, then I'm just going to add some sugar, well, the sweetener, and a little bit of cinnamon. I'm going to pulse it a couple of more times, just to blend it, incorporate it, get it mixed in there. And then what I'm going to do is, don't trust me, I will use this big one here. I'm going to add the butter and the egg white. And I'm just going to kind of let it go until a dough forms. Hello. I see you, Jackie. And you see what's happening there? Can you see that it's turned into a big ball? Yes. So delicious. And I think we are there. I am going to set this out of my way 100%. Get my spatula out. And I'm going to just take this and show you guys what it looks like. And it smells so delicious. Hello, Christine from Florida. And that's what we've got. It is sticky. I'm going to taste it. And delicious. You know me, I love it that way. So, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this little thing out of there. And then I'm going to give this a shot with my olive oil spray. And this dough is going to go right down into the pan. Let me get this little blade out of here. Get it out of my way. And get all this yumminess out of here. Now, it's sticky. I will tell you that right off the get-go. Let me just slide this out of my way and bring this over. Never ending washing my hands. And paper towels. So you can either use your fingertips, and I always say just use your fingertips because it's a little easier. And I find just a titch of water works well. You just want to get your hands a little wet. It says you can use some saran wrap if you like, but now that I'm so used to working with nut flours, I find we don't need to waste any of that because you're just going to press it out nice and evenly across the bottom. Love you, Mama. My mama was here. She was picking up my grandchildren. Funny how that all works out, huh? Grandmas, great-grandmas. And you want to try to make it even. Like, you don't want it super thin on one side. You just want to kind of press it, and it's going to fit the bottom of this pan just right. There we go. Let's see. Hey there. Hey, Dawn. She's like, yay, cheesecake. Dawn has been saying cheesecake for months now. Like, I need cheesecake, Nancy. So, do me a favor, you guys. Do me a wonderful favor and share. I really, I need these numbers to get up there. I need the likes. I need the hearts. I need the laughter. But I really need to build these numbers up on these views, guys. If I'm ever going to get to publish a cookbook, I have got to get noticed. And in order to get noticed, I'm going to need like a ton of shares. Okay, so I think that feels pretty even across the bottom, and I want to show you. Let me rinse my hands. Oh, the rain hit. I knew it was fixing to rain. My husband and I were outside, and we were sitting there, and I said, did you notice there is not one bird chirping? Not one. Not a one. Couldn't even find one. So this is what it's going to look like in the bottom of your pan. And I'm going to pop it in the oven for 10 minutes. And while we get this going, then we'll start on the filling for the cheesecake. Yeah, I'm down here doing this thing here. And I'm going to move this apparatus that I have and out of my way so that I can move on to the next stage for y'all. Yeah, cheesecake. Yes, yes. Now, I will tell you, I'm using my blueberry jam I'll just heat it up slightly. I'll pour it over the slice. It'll be so delicious. My husband, I bought him a can of his favorite strawberry filled topping because he just loves cheesecake, and he said, I don't even care if it's keto cheesecake. Can I have my strawberries? Yep, you can. All right. Onward and upward. Here we go. this small little kitchen, but I wanted to keep it all kind of together so that you guys could see actually what I'm doing. And give me a second while I plug this in. I guess I have to plug this in an actual outlet, not an extension cord, because it's 3-pronged. Let me move this out of the way. Let me get myself out of the way here. I'm serious tiny kitchen problems. Serious tiny kitchen problems. Let's see. I have not seen you for a while. You look like you've lost a lot of weight, Nancy. Well, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. I am out and about doing what I can. All right. Now then, let's move this out of the way because I don't want to put water in there. And I'm going to tell you guys, here's the way I thought I'd do it. So the crust bakes for 10 minutes, and it's going to puff a little bit, and it'll cool down, and that'll be fine. I'll give it a few minutes to cool. The actual cheesecake is rated level on the easy. I always do easy peasy if I can. But it only bakes for about 30 or 40 minutes, and then I cut the oven off, and it has to go in the oven to stay in there sitting for like an hour. That's why I said this could be a very long tutorial if I kept you through the whole process. But I will get to show you the 30 or 40 minutes. And I thought while I get this cheesecake made up and get it in the oven, I might as well just start dinner. So you're going to get a twofer tonight. You're going to get me getting dessert going. And then I'm going to turn around and play with a smaller pot roast because it's just me and my husband tonight. So I thought I'd show you guys what I'm going to do to that to give it a facelift, because you know sometimes you're not in the mood for just plain old pot roast. So we're gonna just kind of do that and try to work it all together. All right, now for the cheesecake, this is a full-size cheesecake. It is gonna take a whole pound of cream cheese. I've got full fat, it's room temperature, and it's gonna go in my bowl. And I put it on a paper plate to get it exposed and so that it would be soft. And it's important, you guys, that you get this as soft as you can. You don't want to nuke it or anything like that, but you do want it soft because you don't want little lumps and clumps. I was watching a video the other day. Somebody shared it, and one of the things that turned me off was the fact that the cheese was very cold, and so when it made the batter, I knew that it wasn't going to bake properly. I just knew it. Not that I haven't done these kind of things myself, but it's through trial and error that I have learned. So, what we have got here is another recipe. Like I said, my husband's a recipe. And we're going to put this on here, and we're going to start beating it, and I want it to get nice and smooth. Smooth. And I've got it on my little wine cart, granite top cutting board, pastries, fans, whatever. So it's kind of wobbling out here and stuff. I should have put some music on. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Wendy. So, sugar, sugar, sugar. How much sugar do I want? 3/4 cup. Now then, here's the thing I'm going to play with too, you guys. The original recipe called for 3/4 cup of sugar, which would brought this down to about, between 1/2 and 1/3 cup. And I think I'm going to lean a little towards just a little less than half. And if I need to add a little more, I can. Pick this up, and I really want to make it until it's nice and smooth. I always put my hands around the bowl because it warms the bowl up a little bit. It helps make sure that's smooth. Okay, so we are going to go with sugar, which is sweetener, and I use the Pyure sweetener. And I'm going to go ahead and go with, like I said, almost 1/2 cup here. it's got a little room, but I think that that is going to be quite nice. And I'm going to incorporate the sugar. And now I'm going to add, instead of sour cream, I'm going to use the peak yogurt. I am right down to it. When I use these 3 up, I'm still going to have 2 left, and my deadline to use it all up by is tomorrow. So this is going to be a shout out too. I've got to figure out how to incorporate peak yogurt so they know that I did not waste the yogurt that they gave me. Now, the recipe calls for 16 ounces, 2 cups. These 3 containers equal 15 ounces. So what I'm going to do, rather than open a whole new peak yogurt for 1 ounce of it, I'm just going to sub a 1 tablespoon of cream. It'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly. And I didn't need to measure these out because they are pre-measured. So I'm just going to get them in the bowl so they can join the cream cheese party. You guys, you know what I did? I went to the store today, and when I went to load my groceries in the back of my car, I opened it up, and lo and behold, sitting there in one of my little to-go carry-alls was a whole bowl of cream cheese frosting from last week's birthday carrot cake. I let 2 cups of frosting. Thank God it didn't stink. It still smelled kind of good, but hey, I was surprised. Maybe because of all the butter in it and the cream cheese. I don't know, but I cannot believe I did that. And then, last but not least, get that in there. Here comes 15 ounces. Yes, PJ, it will go in group as well. I will actually be posting it at the top of this post when I get all said and done. I'll be able to print the recipe or post the recipe for y'all. And so you'll have it. It'll be all over Facebook, and nobody will be able to find it because that's the way Facebook is. They play hide and seek with our posts, don't you know? Okay. And then like I said, I've got 15 ounces. I do want 16 ounces of liquid total. So I'm going to use 1 ounce of heavy cream. And please, y'all, I am not giving y'all the macros because you know me, first of all. Ooh, there's a spot of cinnamon right there. Well, I'm sure it'll be all right. There we go. I don't do macros. I'm not going to eat the whole cheesecake by myself, I promise. I got too many kids. My family's too big for that. Okay. So in that goes, and now we give it another little mix because I just want to incorporate the sweetness. You guys, can you see that going on right there? Oh, look at that goodness. That is a lot of cheese and a lot of yogurt. That's right. Okay, so now we must add the eggs. Let's see, and the vanilla. Now this recipe does call for a whole tablespoon of vanilla, so that is going to be amazing. I think I'll just use this bowl so that I can make sure that we get this. Ooh. I am needing to check my crust because I can smell it, and it smells delicious. Delicious, y'all. Well, I'm going to give it 1 more minute, but it smells so good. It smells divine. Okay, so into the bowl. We are going to add the eggs and a tablespoon of vanilla. That's a lot, I know, but it's going to make all the difference in the world with the flavor. There we go. And I think that's me throw this away. And one thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you scrape your sides. And you don't want to go high speed. I do not want to go high speed. It says, well, it doesn't say. It doesn't say, but I kind of have a feel for it, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do, because see, around the sides of my mixture, you can easily use a hand mixer, y'all. But see, there is cream cheese stuck to the side of the bowl because it gets cold. And I want to scrape that down, oops, and sling it at my coffee maker. And I just want to get it all mixed together. There we go. Oh, you know me. Man, I gotta have something messy going on or else it ain't right. There we go. And back down. And on there. And I'm gonna grab that pie crust. And there we go. There's a nice pie crust. It smells so good. It smells like cinnamon. Yes, awesome. And I'm gonna pop it in my fridge. If I can find room for it, which I can, all I gotta do is take out the water. Yay! And I'm gonna leave that oven going. I'm gonna see what y'all are saying. Ah, cheesecake. Hey, Suzanne. Making tacos using cheese for tortillas. Yes, we love cheese tortillas. They're so good on our tacos. I'm making those this week, as a matter of fact, Jerry. Oh no. Oh, she had a Kerrygold butter melt in the back of her trunk. 2 months later, girl, I had a whole gallon of milk bust open and the front floorboard on my passenger side one summer. I literally am so happy I do not own that car anymore because we shampooed it, we took it in and had it shampooed, we had it cleaned. The minute there was moisture, the minute, like if it was raining and your feet were wet, that smell would come back out. Dairy is the worst. Just saying, just saying. Okay, let me see here. Give this a little bit more. Now then, and I still have some clumps of cream cheese I'm not happy about. The flavor I'm definitely happy with. Definitely happy. I think we've got just the right amount of sweetness. I'm gonna... And what I also like about this cheesecake recipe, there is no wrapping the pan in foil. There is no putting it in a water bath and all of that like you do with the New York style. I love New York cheesecake, but it is a pain in my bahootie, if you know what I mean. Yes. I tried everything to get the dairy smell out. I mean, baking soda, vinegar, anything, salt, anything I could think of. Okay. All right. I'm going to take this paddle off and pop it in the sink. Let's see what. Yes, yes, yes. Traditional. See, this can easily be made into pumpkin cheesecake. You could easily add lemon zest make a little, you know, you could make this any flavor you wanted to. Down. And it's still kind of quite hot, but as a safeguard, because these pans are not 100% leak proof, so I'm gonna, as a safeguard, put mine on a baking sheet. Plus it'll make it easier taking it in and out as well. So I'm going to take this and I'm just gonna pour, And I still have some lumps too, so I guess I shouldn't have said anything because karma's your bitch, you know. Oh, sorry. It can be tricky that way, but it's not as lumpy as that one. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna leave. There's a little bit of cream cheese stuck at the bottom. Oops. And the other thing I want to do is just kind of tap it. I do want to remove some air bubbles. I don't want big bubbles. Yeah, y'all heard me, didn't you? And there we have it, guys. That is one bag mama jamma there, and it's going to go into the oven right now. Let me check time. I'm going to call it 4:30. What we got going on? BD coming next month. Put my order in for one. Okay. So, $3.50 for 30 to 40 minutes. So that's going to pop us out of here right at 5 o'clock, 5:05. Now, I do have to cut the oven and then let it sit for 1 hour in the oven after I bake it for 30 to 40 minutes. So at that point, I'm going to have to just, you know, show you what it's like, because I can spend easily the next 30 to 40 minutes getting dinner going. But you have to be patient with me, all right? Like, I'm taking you on my kitchen journey because I have got to put some of this stuff away so that I can move on to the next thing. So here we go. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. I'm standing straight. Woohoo! And so I'm going to unplug my stand mixer and put it away. Lock and load, baby. Move this out of the way. Pull that up there. Now I can get rid of all the ingredients I used and put them away. I have, you would not believe, one of these days I'm going to go in there and pull out my recipe file in our file box. I've got this little thing and it's recipes, and it's just full of messy, drip-stained recipes, things that I've been using for years, that I bake for my family, their favorites and stuff. And I love it. It's like, hey, keeps me going. And now that we're keto, well, some of us are keto, I go through them and I think, how can I convert this? How can I make this taste right? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I do need an assistant. I need an assistant so that I can just be handing stuff off. My little personal sous chef, right? They could all have my stuff ready for me to go. All I have to do is get in front of the camera. Am I ready to go, assistant? No, and then the other thing I need is a web site designer and yeah, a social media marketing executive person handling all of my stuff so that my numbers will grow. That's all. Oh, somebody who knows how to edit properly on Word, because that seems to be beyond me as well. The life. Oh, let me tell you, social media, it's so fun. This is the fun part, y'all. Seriously. I love this part. I like getting to share what I do know how to do versus all the stuff behind the scenes that I cuss at like you would not believe. Again, tiny kitchen problems. It makes such a difference. I think what I'm going to do is, here's my idea for dinner. I'm pretty good. I can get the rest of that side of the kitchen in a minute. So, one of the things that I enjoy eating, and you could actually say this is like one of my first little nods to fall. First of all, I'm baking. I don't like to do a lot of baking during the summer, right? It's just too hot. So, once I start feeling fallish, you'll see the clothes colors kind of change. The oven goes on. I need to start baking. And then when I start cooking dinner, I want to change it up. So I bought this. You could tell it's been cut in half, you know, obviously, but it's just a chuck roast It's about 2 pounds worth. And I think what I'm gonna do with it tonight is chop up some onion, chop up a little garlic. I'm gonna chop this into some nice big meaty chunks. Like I'm gonna pre-cut it to serve it. And I wanna drop that down in my Instant Pot with the onion and the garlic. And I think I wanna use a little bit of beef broth. I'm gonna use a little bit of that alternative sweet ketchup. And I'm gonna put some smoked paprika and a splash of red wine. Because I just kind of want to do like a Hungarian goulash. It's not a traditional by any means, but it's what I have on hand. I can make it taste good. And if I want to, I've got, let me make sure. Yes, I do. I have some cauliflower mash in there. So for me, it would be just a nice big chunky, beefy, super flavorful, Hungarian style goulash, and I can put that sauce right over my cauliflower mash, and then maybe I'll do some Brussels sprouts or green beans or something of that nature. It will be delish, and that's what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. And my husband will eat it right up too, except for the cauliflower mash. He'll probably do a baked potato or a fried potato. I don't know. I came home with a 5-pound bag. Y'all, I came home with a 5-pound bag of potatoes today. Put it in my little crock, and my husband was like, I could just kiss you. You bought me potatoes. And I didn't tell him that while I was at the store. I was actually feeling embarrassed, like, they're gonna think these are my potatoes, and they're not my potatoes because I don't eat potatoes. It's sort of like back in the day when you would buy a bunch of junk food and they would look at you like, are you gonna eat all that? I'm weird. That's my weirdness. Ah, yes, psychic connection, Lori. Okay, so let me grab, really quick, let me grab my Instant Pot, and we'll just set it here and we'll go to the next meal. Ah. I'm over there on the other side of my kitchen upside down, you know, trying to dig this bad boy out. But I'm gonna get it up here, and I'm gonna grab some ingredients, and I'll be right with you guys. Right with you. Okay, got my lid, I got my pot, I got my roast. I'm gonna pull y'all back so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna move this recipe over here. I need a cutting board. I think I have onion. Yes, I do. Okay, let's start with the meat. Now, if you wanted to get a little bit more into this, I just can't plug this thing in and show it to you. But if I felt like it, what I could do was plug this in and turn it on saute. And what would happen is it get hot. I could drizzle a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of this, and then I can cut this up into chunks. And I'm talking, you know, like chunks. I'll probably get 4 to 6 pieces and brown them, because that way you get a good caramelization going. It's really going to help with the flavor, y'all. I mean, I love doing that. But you don't have to. If you're just wanting to take the easy road, you could even put this in your crock pot. You could do the same thing I'm doing, throw it in your crock pot, set it for 6 to 8 hours on low, and it's just as easy. Or if you wanted to, you could put it in a casserole dish, cover it with foil or a lid, pop it in your oven at like 275 to 250, go low and slow, and you could do that for about 4 hours. So you could do it in your oven, you can do it in your slow cooker, or you could make this in your Instant Pot. Either way, it's really easy. Easy peasy. And like I said, I'm just gonna go with the easy thing because I can't plug, I don't have enough cord. Well, yeah, I do. If I use the, it's gonna make a difference. My husband's like, Nancy, you know, you've got to do what you got to. I know, but I sometimes take shortcuts. Set this up here. Let me plug this in. unplug the food processor, guys. It didn't want to come undone, but let me get this in here. Get in there. There we go. Oh, the tangled mess we weave. Okay, I've got that. I hope you all can see this. I'm gonna click it down so that you can. I'm gonna get a knife out. I wanna get my knife. I need my good knife. Okay, here we go. And I want some onion. Got some right here. Bottle of red wine. Slurp, I gotta open that. And beef broth. Let's start. Here we go. So I'm gonna hit this saute button on and get it going. And then in the meantime, I'm just gonna take this chuck roast and cut it into chunks. About like this. You see that? That is a nice serving of meat, you guys. That is a nice portion. And if you look, it fits right in the palm of my hand. It's pretty even side to side, and it's nice and thick. So these are good sized portions. And if you get one that's a little bigger, I mean, you could just, if you wanted to be a little bit particular, you can. And then over here, we're gonna do the same thing. Like here, as so. And I'm just gonna leave this one. It's a little thinner, but we're gonna call that good. So yeah, we've got at least 6 nice servings of pot roast here. I'm gonna rinse this knife, rinse my hands, grab a paper towel, give this a swipe, and I'm gonna set it out of my way for a minute while this heats up. I'm gonna grab another cutting board. For a quick switch. And I'm gonna get my onions going. Hey love, what's up? You're hungry? Dinner, I'm getting dinner going in here right now. So I'm gonna use probably about, what you need, baby? A corn dog. Okay, we can get a corn dog for you. Paper plates are right there if you want to use them. Here's those. You want a paper towel to cook them in? They are much better if you roll each one individually in a paper towel. They get a little crispy. Okay, back to my live, guys. Husband time. So with this recipe, I'm going to use about yay much onion. It would be half of a medium or maybe a quarter of a large onion. And I want to rough chop this. I don't want little bitty diced ones. I want some good pieces. So I'm going to go like this into about 3 spots that way and about 3 spots this way. And what you're going to end up with are nice little portions of onion. It's going to lend a lot of flavor to your beef. And I'm still letting this heat up. I'm going to get a bowl out to put it in and get it out of my way. Yummy, yummy dinner tonight. I just wish that when I stepped outside, because I got the AC down really low, I wish that it was cold outside, but it's not. It's muggy and mosquitoes are coming out. Let's move on. Let me get this out of the way right now. To some garlic. And I'll use this little tray over here that I've got. There we go. Now you can use as much or as little garlic as you prefer because I adore garlic. I'm going to use 2 big cloves. Get that trash out of the way. Set this down over here. And you guys probably already know the little trick of taking your garlic and just giving it a smack with the flat side of your knife. And it'll break right off and you end up with peeled garlic. Very easy. It just cracks that little crispy shell right around it. And what we can do again is we just sort of chop, 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 chop. Yes, love, what I can get you? Am I in the way again? Mm-hmm. You need mustard? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Love you.
Love you too. There's a big one right there. There you go. You're welcome.
Sorry to bother you.
Oh, you're all right? My mama was here.
She was.
Yep. Okay, so you've got your minced garlic, and now this thing says it's hot. So I'm fixing to add some oil, some seasonings, and we're going to show you. I got to come up for air for 1 second, though, y'all. All right, here we go. I'm just drizzling some avocado oil, and I love this stuff because it has such a nice hot point. Now, here's another trick. You want beautiful caramelization? Add a little bit of butter to your oil. It is going to make a difference on the color and the flavor of your beef. Something about butter and beef that we just love, right? I'm going to get my tongs out here and slide that on down. And that way you can see what I'm doing here. Get that little piece of butter down in there. Now I'm going to take this meat and I'm going to just pat it a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle it with a little salt and give it a little shot of pepper. And I'm going to lay it down there. And I'm going to do that with each piece. Just going to take a little of that moisture off. It helps it to sear better, y'all. Give it a little sprinkle of salt, a little bit of pepper, and you want to make sure that the meat is not touching each other. You just kind of want to leave a little room in between because you really want them to have room to sear. Whoop, stuck my finger down in there. I might even have to brown it off and remove it to get to the next one. So, 4 or 5. Well, don't you know it only wants to hold 5 pieces. Not that it won't hold 6 if I make them touch, but there we go. Let me bring you all up here. There. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm just gonna let it sit and start browning. Love watching a good home cook. Ah, thank you. Well, let's see if this home cook can remember what she did with her. Oh, as if I would lose my wine opener. Oh, look, and there's the husband's.
That's the home cook.
That's the home cook, he said. He's master of the microwave. So I've got a bottle of Tab here, and I'm only going to use maybe about a half a cup of this. Yeah, that's funny, huh? Master of the microwave. That guy cracks me up. Oh, I just put my nails today, so I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, yes, I can. Don't tell me I can't, because I sure enough can. Let's just score that a little bit. I think I can. Yeah, a great home cook who has trouble with her foil. There we go. Guys, I do this every time. If you've seen me open a bottle of wine, you know it's sort of like that show. Let me pull this up here. What time is it? If you guys have kids, grandkids, little bitty kids, the bubble guppies, they always do this like, what time is it song? Well, this is the It's Wine 30 song. This is my little lady right here. And she's like, come on, rah, rah, rah. And she's my cheerleader and her arms go up and she's like, yes, it's Wine 30. Oh my God. Woo, woo. And I'm like, calm down, lady. Bring it back. We got this. Yes, we do. Ah. Please don't freeze up. Oh, I need to put my do not disturb on because I thought my husband was home and all my kids were accounted for. Do not disturb. There we go. So yeah, let this chick go ahead and pour herself a glass of wine. That way I can show you that as well. I will give you just a little guzzle. And that's all I do, guys. I do just a little bitty splash. And then I take my favorite black cherry flavor, which is the Dasani, by the way. And I just make me a nice sized glass of wine. And now you can see that it's kind of fruity looking. Oh, that's so good. So tasty. And I want just a little bit of this wine for my beef. And so I'm going to pour about 4 ounces. There you go. Now I want y'all to see that because that's 4 ounces of wine. And I probably didn't pour maybe but 1.5 ounces in this glass. So win-win. Win-win for the wine lovers. So, let me set this over here. I'm going to check on this meat now because it's starting to get that smell to it. Let's bring it back over so that y'all can see it. Get down in there. Okay, so here we go. Bring it. And yeah, it has a nice sear. And I'm just going to turn it. And I think I now have room for that last piece. For that last little piece. I'll get a piece of paper here. I'm going to give this that little touch of salt. And a little bit of pepper. What are we looking at in here? Oh, let me see. There we go. Alrighty, I'm going to see what y'all are saying because I can see things happening here. How about a keto corn dog batter would work for other stuff like mushrooms, zucchini? Yes, 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 definitely. Has anyone ever told you your husband resembles Sam Elliott? Yeah, like a whole bunch of times. It's funny because he gets called Sam Elliott all the time. His family is like, we can't see it. The kids are like, he doesn't look like Sam Elliott. But I'm telling you, this man has been being told that for at least 10, 12, 13 years. It's not a bad thing. I was never a big Sam Elliott fan myself back in his younger years. I guess Roadhouse. I just didn't like him in Roadhouse. I didn't like his look then. He was good in Jumpin' Jack Flash and Mask, though. Let me tell you that. Oh, and then when he did the westerns, yes, I liked those too. All right, so into the pot, I am going to give this a turn, and I'm going to let this one just kind of go because I don't want it to take forever in here. But now I can add my onion. You can call this beef bourguignon, but because I'm using a tomato, that's going to turn it over to that Hungarian goulash. I'm going to add my garlic. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. So delicious. I'm going to add my red wine. Oh, you can hear that sound go down. I'm going to grab not my barbecue sauce. And I'm going to add some ketchup. And for posterity's sake, I'm going to add, now see, I'm going to tell you what, this ketchup is so thick. Oh, there we go. Oh. And you guys, now if you're those kind of people who like ketchup on everything, that's wonderful. But I'm not a ketchup person. I'm not one to put ketchup on things. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I put ketchup on is a hamburger. That's it. But I adore using ketchup for recipes. It has that nice thick consistency. It already has built-in sweetness to it. You know, and of course, there we go. That I got right down to it, didn't I? And I'm going to add that wine, that tomato, that sweet tomato. I'm going to add my tongs here. Oh, and I have to add a little beef broth. And then I'll check for salt and pepper too. And if you want, you can add a little more butter to this if you like. And I got to get the paprika out. I'm just kind of coating this, coating it. I'm just turning all this meat over, you guys. Oh my gosh, it smells so yummy already. Let me taste, because I know I have to add paprika. I want to see what else I might need in this. I just love it when I make stuff that tastes so delicious. Hold on. Paprika. Chili powder, paprika. Now, I actually looked for some paprika that was sweet and a little spice, you know, some good quality, but you can't find it. I don't care what store you go to. So I'm just doing it to taste. And ooh, it brings out that red and everything that we've done. And the last little thing that I think I could do it just like this, and I would be one happy camper, y'all. One happy camper. Here we go. Oh, and I want to tell you guys also, because you know me, if somebody's going to give me some products, I'm going to be using it, and I'm going to show you all how to use it. But Alternative Sweets sent me a message and said, would I mind doing like a giveaway with them on one of my lives? What do y'all think? Would a giveaway from Alternative Sweets be fun? If you think a giveaway from Alternative Sweets would be fun, please let me see those hearts and laughter and joy and thumbs up. Please let me have one of these. Yes, I do. Oh, God, babe. I'm telling you, small kitchen problems here. Oh, it's not plugged in. Yes.
You still alive?
Yes. And this thing is off.
My wife's temporarily having difficulty. She will be with you in just a second.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I unplugged my Keurig so that I could plug in my mixer, and then I forgot because now I need to use my Keurig to get my bone broth. No worries, guys. Again, small kitchen problems. See, anyone ever told you your husband, okay, we are right there. We are going to go to ha ha ha. He is too cute, isn't he? He is cute. He's in there. He's watching his shows, but he's trying to stay out of my way. But he's really wanting to come in here and watch Game of Thrones because he's got a lot of catching up to do. But he's being patient with me. Give me 1 second because I got to get this broth, and then I can put the lid on this bad boy and get it going. Ready to brew. Yay! Now, here's the other thing, guys. Oh, gosh, you would not believe how many cords I have hooked up to this whole thing. I've got an extension cord with my phone plugged in, and then I've got the Instant Pot plugged in. Y'all wanna see? Let me just show you for a second here. I'm gonna flip you around. Look at this. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, it's time to look at the cheesecake. So I had to bring you with me. I didn't want you to feel all alone. And then I go and walk away because I needed my hot pads. So, it looks like cheesecake, you guys. I don't know if you can see. I'll take you off of here. I'll try to do this in such a way that it... Unplug that. And slide you out. And bring you in here and flip you around so that you can see that it is browning quite nicely and beautifully in there. Okay. And now I'm going to turn my oven off. Look at the time. It's 5:03. And what I'm going to do is just let it set until 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock I can take it out and then just let it chill in the fridge. All right, let's go back over here and finish this up and wrap it up. I dropped my Pam on the floor. All right. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of this bone broth here, and I'm going to give it a stir just to make sure that I get the richness of it. It's going to make a wonderful gravy, you guys. So far that's about 3 ounces. 3 ounces. And I don't want to overdo this. If it was maybe in a crock pot or something where it could evaporate, but I think, oh, me and the spoons, I tell you what. I tell you what. Just a touch more. Just a touch. I'm taking some of that tartness down. Just a little bit. I enjoy it. I think my husband needs a little bit more traditional, a little more mellow. Because, man, you could even add some mushrooms to this if you had some, which I didn't buy mushrooms. I just finished a container and I'm not in the mood for them. It's great. So, about a half a cup of broth, a half a cup of wine, a half a cup of ketchup, some onions, some garlic, some salt, some pepper, Instant Pot. This is where it's at. So I'm fixing to put the lid on here. I'm going to turn it off. Put the lid on. Set this little nozzle right here. Did I show you guys? I didn't show you, did I? Golly. Golly. Let me see if I can bring you guys down over the top of that right there. Is that beautiful or what? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So, I am going to put the lid on it, lock it in place, and make sure that the arrow is pointing towards the front digital panel. I'm going to hit manual. It's showing 120 minutes right now. I do not want that many minutes. I'm going to put it at about an hour. an hour. There we go. So it is now set. Cheesecake is in there. Let me pull y'all up. Let me turn you around a little bit, or I'll just pull out a little bit. Woo! So dinner's on. It's gonna be about an hour, and the cheesecake is sitting for about an hour, and then I can pop it right into the fridge and let it chill down. So I hope that y'all have found some value in tonight's tutorial. It's not the finished product, but again, it's small kitchen problems. It really is, and I'm crooked. I'm sitting here going, oh, Nancy, you put yourself back crooked. So let's see. Is anybody have any questions for me? Let's see. He is a cutie. Yes, let's have a giveaway. Yes, Susan, good. Let's see, May says the next Food Network star, Keto Kitchen with Nancy. Do you think, I've thought about that because, you know, I really never ever thought about Food Network or any of that, really, honestly, until group members started bringing it up, or somebody on YouTube would say, hey, you know, you need to go on Food Network or whatever. And I thought to myself, well, do I really have enough content? Is there truly enough to keep that show going? I really think the answer is yes, because if you can think it, you can make it. And then they'll give you an assistant who can help you think about it. Bobby Flay does it all the time. That's my shout out to Bobby Flay, by the way, right there. Just saying, Bobby Flay. If you can have 2 assistants, I can have 1 too. I felt like Dory just then. Okay, alrighty. Let's see. The lady next door is on keto. She gets a lot of free keto stuff, so she let you have some. Oh, please let me see more of this. I want to see, please. It never lets me. Jerry, it never lets me. We are going to do your recipe box for the blackberry jam to cook together. Lori, I love it that you love cooking with me. I love cooking with Lori. We have so much fun cooking together. Let's see. Instant pot meatloaf, yum. Yeah, get an Instant Pot, y'all. It's so worth it. I love it that rather than 6 to 8 hours in the crock pot, I'm done in an hour in the Instant Pot, and it's just as good. It's just as new. I think it's more nutritious. I mean, everything stays inside that pot. Where's the cheesecake recipe from today? The cheesecake recipe is from... Hold my brain. It is a sour cream cheesecake recipe. I got it off of Yumly years ago, but I had to find it, print it out, and you know, and it even has the nutrition label on the back, but it can't be trusted because it says 32 carbohydrates and 21 grams of sugar, but we did not use any sugar. Now did we? So alrighty, and then I did get the recipe from the Genius Kitchen for the pecan pie crust low carb, and that was brilliant, so I printed that off. But this is just an inspirational one that I found that I'm converting, and I'll have to share it with y'all. Pre-converted. Alright, Deb says, thanks for taking us along on your baking and cooking. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. I haven't had my perfect keto today. Y'all want me to do that? I can get it out of the way because I'm ready for it. I need an afternoon pick-me-up. So let's do it. Let me pull out yet another appliance. Woo! So for this segment, I really do have little kitchen problems, don't I? I really do. Oh, I don't want to mess it up there. It is messy. So, where's my extension cord? Oh, it's hanging off of my... I can't unplug my Instant Pot, so I'll stick my blender. I really do need one of those nice big kitchens with an island, preferably something that can house all of my appliances. Let's let's get out the ketos, perfect ketos. Let's get out, let's move this moving hot pot. Let's get out the almond milk. Oh, dang it. I wish those kids would tell me when they drink up my almond milk. I've only got about yay much left. I was at the store today. Let's rinse out the wine. And I'm going to pour about 8 ounces of almond milk. There's not even 8 ounces left. Those kids. Those children of mine. My cup and my mixer. So what I do, you guys, and I'm telling you what, I've already got some energy. I'm going to have a heck of a lot more. So I'm going to put in a cup of milk, the unsweetened almond, 1 scoop of my perfect keto coffee-based ketones, exogenous ketones. I love the flavor, I love the taste, I love the energy, and so does my husband. And now it's done singing. It's going. It's on, baby. It's on like Donkey Kong. Yeah, seriously, delicious stuff here. This could be dessert. I'm telling you, it's that good. Dessert, energy, good healthy ingredients. Now, I'm going to add some ice to this from the freezer, not the refrigerator. I always add 1 too many ice cubes. 1 too many. Slide that on there. Upside down. Turn that on. I dropped my lid and my Pam and my lid to my Pam, and let me get all that. And hold on, my lid. Oh gosh. And get ready and set and let me rinse. All right, here we go. You ready? And that's all there is to that. Yum, yum. So you just pop your lid off. As you can see, I don't think my kitchen could hold 1 more appliance. Everybody says, do I have an air fryer? No, because I have no room for it. Would I want it? Maybe, I don't know. Mmm, so good. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. All right, so it's a little sensitive. All right. Now we've got it. Woo. Yeah, Sherry ordered chocolate. Is there a discount code for the keto drink MPB? Yes, there is. For the perfect keto, it is real life keto, and you can get a discount using that code. And I will share the links with you, or you can see I've posted them everywhere. But yeah, the discount code is real life keto. On the Alternative Sweets ketchup, there's also, she gave me a discount code, and it is KFRLP, Keto for Real Life People. It's all caps. So she gave me the initials for Keto for Real Life People, so you can get a discount on ketchup if you use the code. Shipping is always free because she covers the cost of shipping, and gosh, what an awesome lady, because those bottles are heavy. So, yes, I will pop a link. Yes, you can add pumpkins to this. You could add caramel to this. You could add vanilla to this. I mean, to me, it already has just a good sweet coffee, you know, it tastes like an original coffee frappuccino. And like I said, the energy I get from it, I adore. It doesn't, anything I've ever tried. I have taken those 5-hour energy drinks. I got the jitters. Then I used the 5-hour energy drink without the caffeine. It was all right. I have bought sugar-free Monsters and Red Bulls. I have bought B capsules, and you know, they all. And I've just used plain old coffee from my Keurig. I cut myself down to 1 cup of decaf and 1 cup of regular. Because anytime I use any of these products, they all give me the nervous jitters. I have not gotten jittery one time using this, and yet my energy is just like boom right there. And that I love. I adore that. No, I did not experience a crash at all. I mean, I was just like, you don't feel it come on like, hey, I got to get this energy out. I just naturally started doing stuff. And I was having a hard time explaining that to my daughter, Elizabeth. And she's sitting there having her morning drinks with me, and coffee and all that. And she's like, I want to try it. So she put it in her cup of coffee. And she's like, you got a vac out there, right? And she just started wandering off. She just spent the next 2 or 3 hours just fiddling and cleaning and detailing her car. And she's like, what just happened? And I was like, energy. She's like, but I don't feel funny. So by the time husband came in off the road and he's wanting to get projects done over Labor Day, he loved it. He fell in love with it. And I'm shocked about that one because, first of all, he doesn't like sweet coffee at all. And he liked this. He said he could do that. So I'm sure he would be willing to try chocolate because he loves chocolate. Okay. I don't know. This is the latest. It is 5:17. As soon as I said 5:17, I was like, did I turn the cheesecake off? Yes. I'm not drinking it this late in the day, but I don't think there's any caffeine. If there is, it says that it's spray, like they use this instant spray coffee flakes, like they dehydrate it and blend it in for the flavor of this, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow. So now I've got a glass of wine and I have my exogenous ketone drink, and it's so yummy. The name of the ketchup company is Alterna Sweets, and it is Misty, Green, and Jared. They are an awesome team. They make wonderful ketchup, spicy ketchup, and barbecue sauce. And I find a lot of joy in using it to make recipes with, because like I said, I don't use ketchup as, I don't use it as a condiment on top of foods. I don't put it on French fries or eggs or steaks, or I know there's people who put ketchup all over everything. I put it on hamburger and I put it on meatloaf when I bake it. The rest of the things I do with ketchup are I make dressings or marinades or sauces or, sloppy joes, just whatever. That's what I find really good use for. Okay, guys, so this has been an episode of My Keto Kitchen with Cooking for Real Life People. Nay, Nancy Childress. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to ask you guys to please share it. I see that we have 44 people. Can we please have 44 shares? Please, I beg ya, please. Give me 44 shares. I would love to see that on this video. And guys, once I get dinner done, I'm going to have to take some money shots, as they call that in the YouTube world. And I'm going to try to get some good pictures of dinner. And I'm going to get some good pictures of cheesecake. And I will pop back in live to take the money bite. I want you to be able to see the finished product. And I can string it all together. At the top of this post, I will copy and paste and put the recipe for the pecan pie crust, the cheesecake recipe, and my goulash thing that I threw together, because I hope y'all paid attention to what I was doing on there, because that was pretty simple. I think it was half, yeah. Because that one's in my brain right there. Yay! Thank you guys for sharing so much. You've been wonderful, and I can't wait to share the results with you. Be back in a little bit, guys. Remember, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and get you some.